man?
It is Tuesday. I already finished all my classes, and by finished, I mean I didn't attend. It was an 8 a.m. and I missed it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's only one absence. My pre-production class was probably my favorite class. I'm not gonna miss ever again. For real. Unless I'm sick. That's a whole other story. Fingers crossed I didn't miss that much. I know we were going over schedules, but I know how to make a schedule already. I know how to make a production schedule. I'm pretty sure I can finish that out. For my design 3D class, I didn't miss any of the classes. Picked up the hardware cloth that I didn't pick it up. I already bought it on Amazon and it's supposed to be shipped here by today. Just gotta wait for that. My class for that is tomorrow, so I'm sure. I mean, it wouldn't be a surprise when I tell him that it's not here yet because I literally ordered it as fast as I could. And obviously, I didn't have hardware cloth that I can just go and pick up. I don't have a car and I can't just walk to the hardware store. And there's no shopping buses on the weekday. Oh yeah, in my English class, where we go over Greek mythology and have to read. We have to read a Greek mythology story or two every class, before every class. It's annoying because I'm not the biggest fan of Greek mythology. I know of Greek mythology, but no anywhere near a lot of the students in that class. And I low-key wish I transferred over in the first week where I could just transfer over to a different class. But I didn't because I felt like I could potentially still succeed in the class. And right now, it's a 50-50 chance, but if I withdraw, I'll lose about $1,000 of financial aid, which would just, disappear out of thin air. So I would have to pay that money back, but essentially that money would be going to nothing. All the other classes from when I withdraw that I don't attend gets refunded back to financial aid. But a portion of the money that I have attended the class for doesn't. So that money I'm going to have to pay back. That's why I'm not going to withdraw, because if I do withdraw from that class, that happens and I still don't get the 5 credits for that class from finishing it and of course passing it, which fingers crossed I will do. Bro. Oh my god. Looking back at this, it's wild, but yeah, no. No. I withdrew from that class. I had to. I withdrew from that class, bro. Hopefully we can get through this. This is just the last quarter of the semester, and it's summer break, and then I get that internship. Fingers crossed. I'm gonna be applying for that before quarter ends. Not a specific internship, but just a paid internship. I'm hoping to, get from somewhere remote because I'll be in Maryland, and I don't have a car, as we know. Internship? What internship? What? It's like a week into summer. No, there's no internship. There's jobs I applied for. I applied for a job and I'm waiting for them to process the application. And I think I'm gonna get the job, but internship? Nah. And I'm a sophomore, so I'm not even a junior, so internships are like hard to come by. But what I did do is I got a SCAD Pro for fall quarter, which is the quarter after summer. Everybody knows that, but that's what I got, and that's pretty much an internship. It's just during school, so I'm taking a SCAD Pro internship, kind of, sorta, and then 2 studio classes, and then I applied for 2 jobs, 2 SCAD jobs as a SCAD like Res Life, RM, which kind of is like for every floor. If you go to SCAD, you understand. If you don't go to SCAD, yeah, it's like a SCAD residence hall guidance member type thing, but and then it's the RA. I applied for 2 of those roles. I just got finished watching Severance, man, that was great. Absolutely fantastic. Cinematography was next level. The visual effects, acting, the ending though, oh my gosh, the ending sent me into almost a spiral. Like it felt like I just wasted my time if it wasn't so good until the very end. Other than that, it's been a roller coaster of motions. After the end of this quarter, spring quarter, would be my second quarter of sophomore year done. And then my last quarter of sophomore year will be the start of the next semester in the fall. So very confusing sequencing that I have since I came in the winter, but I'm not complaining. So yeah. For my design 2 class, I did some sketches for shades. These are like stars. My idea was like Patrick Star, and this one was originally like SpongeBob, like the sponge type thing. But then it's like, okay, wait, maybe it looks more like a cloud, so that works too. And then this is like a slate, like the chopper from film, TV. These are all the same thing, slates. This one's A24 glasses. They're a little minimal, but it still gets the point across. These are camera lens glasses. This would have been fire if I chose this one as my final, but I chose this one, I'm pretty sure. And then we had to cut out like a paper cutout of our final design, and I kind of did, yeah, I did okay. We won't go any farther than okay, because if I'm being completely honest, it looks alright. And when future me comes back and looks at these videos and is like, look, man, look, Noah, I failed the class. We're gonna have to retake it again. So long, the $4,000 that you spent on that class and you failed. Hopefully that doesn't happen. It's a win. I didn't fail it. I just dropped out. I didn't fail. I just quit. But yeah, no, we didn't. No. Let's at least get a B. We can at least get a B in English foundation class, Greek mythology. How am I low-key growing myself? That's crazy. That's honestly crazy work. I don't even get it. Like, why are we covering Greek mythology in a English foundation class? Like, but you're grinding. Playing Fortnite? You're not playing Fortnite? You never played Fortnite before, but you're cooking though. You're cooking it up.
No, I'm not.
The face is hilarious though.
I'm just trying to get this done.
But you're trying though, right?
No.
We'll cut that out. Yeah, I mean, that's what it looks like. So yeah, as you can see, it's not the best. It's not my best work, but we had about like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe. I don't even recall. But yeah, that's it. I did like a render on Rhino, this Rhino software, so that it can be printed out and cut out at the lab. I will put that in the video if I, remember. These are my ideas. We got the Patrick Star glasses, the SpongeBob glasses, the A24 glasses, the camera lens glasses, and the slate glasses. And then for my first project, because that was exercise 1, we had to do sketches of our idea of the city and a concept of meaning. So these are sketches of a 3D design in which we will create sculptures of. And this one is the one I chose. It had to be non-objective and have 3 forms of design definitions. Like over here. Designs like pattern, rhythm, as in repetition, movement, harmony / unity, economy. But what you should have is high scores on 3 only. So all the other ones shouldn't be high scores. For this one, it's a full-size design of my final choice. So this is somewhat what it's going to look like. The design I chose was, they're 3 rectangular prisms, and they're supposed to resemble buildings. The city I chose was Savannah, Georgia, and the concept was that Savannah is urbanizing, and I wanted to show that in my piece. The most biggest issue that we talk about when we talk about Savannah urbanizing is the loss of history in their architecture, and that is why I chose buildings, because what my design is supposed to resemble is the buildings building up, and then the wires connecting each rectangular prism together to show that it's not just 3 buildings separately, but one building building up into, the sky, as in urbanizing, as in skyscrapers, as in the SCAD river building. For my pre-production class, we did coverage for our scripts. So I had a script that I got from somebody through Discord, and I'm helping them with some pre-production. They kind of already have a producer, so it's kind of assistant producer in a way, but not like completely. But anyways, for the first assignment that we had to do for pre-production, I had to do coverage on somebody else's script, and I had to give them my script, which is, somebody else's script, for them to do coverage on. And then I did coverage on their script, which is basically summarizing what the script is, the plot, the characters, rating it from, the characters, the plot, the story, the writer, etc. And then give them some ideas of what they can improve on, what's the strengths of the script, and what's the weaknesses of the script, and that's pretty much what coverage is. And it's supposed to be in 1 or 2 pages. That's what I did for the first assignment, and then the next assignment I did was I tagged the script, my script, not the script that I got from that guy. The script that I got from that guy, but that's my script for this class. And I tagged it, which means I highlighted in different colors the specific items that I would need to plan for, like, let's say props, set design, characters, like things that I would have to go get and look for and cast or buy for the film. That's what tagging is. And that's what I had to do. And then next, the class that I missed, I think was the first part of us scheduling, and that was today, but I can recover. It's fine. I have that class the day after tomorrow. I'll be good. Yeah, for my English class, it's just reading. It's a lot of Greek mythology, a lot of work. We're not really doing a lot of homework in the sense of like right now, but we have to do 1,500 word essay for the first essay, and it's research on Greek mythology, on the stories that we are reading in class, and then we also have to bring in some of the words and ideas and things that people say in class and put that into our essay so that he knows that we're not cheating using ChatGPT. He loves bringing that up, like, oh, you guys are not going to be using ChatGPT. I'll know because I'll see that you guys don't have this and this and this. We didn't talk about this, or this just, he kind of gives the vibes of like, oh, paranoid of ChatGPT. Like, we're obviously not going to use ChatGPT, but I'm sure there's some person that's going to use ChatGPT. Then we have to do a 2,000 word essay, which luckily there's other ways to like not have to do that much, which we'll probably do. Like he said, we can make a song, or since I'm filming TV, I can make like a short film probably, or a painting, something else equivalent to 2,000 word essay, but in any art form. And we have to do a 10-minute presentation research on a Greek mythology story that we'll be reading in that class of that presenting time. So my presenting time would be on class 15, and whatever reading we had to do for that class would be what I would be covering for that presentation. Other than that, it's usually just surprise pop quizzes that he has randomly, and that sucks because you can't research for that. You just gotta hope that you remember what happened in the story. And then not only is it a surprise pop quiz, but it's also write your answer. These aren't multiple choice questions. You have to remember the exact words or the exact names of these people and write them down. And there's no word bank. I'll probably ask him, like, can you add a word bank? Because, like, these are Greek gods. I'm not going to know how to spell some of these Greek gods. I'm just not going to remember. I don't know. And since I don't really know too much about Greek mythology, then it's just the midterm test that is a whole another ball game, and then the final term test, which is a whole other ball game. But you see why I wouldn't want to drop that class, but I didn't, so we'll see. I also went to an exclusive screening to a movie called Drop, which they had at the Trustees Theater. I think it comes out on April 11th, and we got to see it at, I think, April 6th, I do believe. So not too far from its release date, but that movie, man, that movie was great. I'm so glad I actually went to go watch that. If I had to give it a rating, usually I don't like rating the films or TV shows that I like watch, but if I had to give it a rating, I would say like an 8 out of 10 for sure. It's like a mystery type thriller. I don't really want to spoil it because you can just go watch it. The cinematography, the visual effects, the acting, and the plot is way better than I would have imagined it, considering I didn't entirely know what the movie was about when I watched it. It was great. Other than that, I got my certificate for drone flying for fun, like recreational drone flying. Got a hat certificate. I can't get paid for it, but it's a step in the right direction. And I don't necessarily have a drone with a camera. I have 2 drones, but they don't have cameras. At least I have the right things to be able to fly my drone for fun. Of course, there's a whole bunch of other things I would have to do if I did want to do that, but that's why I went to go take the test. That's why I went to the workshop to know all that stuff. If I went to the SCAD Museum of Art, I'll have photos up for that. They had some fun, cool designs, cool photos. Like, the photos were great, honestly. Like, I felt like a little inspired with how big the printouts for the photos were. Like, I didn't know they could like get that big and still be that detailed. I mean, that's pretty much what happened so far in this quarter. It is, I think, week 3. Hopefully it goes well. Right now, what I have to do is just read 2 Greek mythology stories. Probably also ask Perplexity to summarize it in simple terms. And then also find some articles on the stories and then watch some videos on it, because just reading the stories isn't enough to understand the Greek mythology. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and then work on my presentation for my project 1 and exercise 2. I got this fan from Target. It's a game changer. It's a game changer. I got this light that is also the same brand. It's like touch. It's touch sensitive. So that's pretty cool. I made the mistake of buying an ice maker. The fact is, it's not a bad ice maker. It was like $75. Decently sized. It's like, it has a decent amount of ice when it's full, but it doesn't keep the ice cold, so it lets it melt and then it creates more ice. So there's that, but that's just how ice machines work, apparently. Well, most of them. Also, warnings in the instructions. That's like, oh, if you do this, it may blow up. It may catch on fire. It may do this. It may do that. Don't do this. Clean it often. Bi-weekly. They're not allowed in the residence halls at SCAD, so I'm probably just going to return it and get my $75 back, because money doesn't come easy when you're a college student with no job. And I applied for some jobs, but I'm sure that they probably found some other applicants, so I'll just continue to apply for some more student jobs.
Yo! Hey. What are you doing nowadays, bro?
Dude, I'm an executive engineer specializing in the movement of heavy metals.
Oh, it sounds so stressful.
It is. You?
I'm a nutrient partitioning specialist focusing on growth.
Me and my roommate landed. Went to the gym Sunday. Today's Tuesday. First time I'm going to the gym in a while, like probably years. He showed me his routine. Man, we went to the SCAD Fit behind the house, and gym's pretty solid. Had all the machines. I mean, they don't have, the powder, so hands were slipping every now and then, and I made the mistake of putting lotion on before going there. Yeah, rookie move. But yeah, I made the mistake of doing that. I made it through the hour workout, hanging in there, but now I'm sore as heck. This is the second day from Sunday when we worked out, and I'm still feeling sore. I'm feeling more sore than yesterday, which is the day after we went to the gym. And I can barely extend my arm fully. Like, this is as far as I can extend my arm. Like, it's bad. It's bad. Like, this arm is fine. I can fully extend it. I don't know what happened with this arm. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy work. My back, it's sore, but, like, it's not too bad that, like, I can't, like, move my shoulders. But I don't know what the heck happened with this arm. I must have fell asleep on it, or like sometimes I like to have my hand under my pillow when sleeping, so maybe that Sunday night I did that and it just like it got stuck like this. Eventually I'm gonna have to kind of feel like the same way of like if you were to break your arm or dislocate your arm and then snap it back, but that's probably what I'm gonna have to do, because like golly bro, I can't live like this. But yeah, I'm gonna look back on this and I'm gonna be like, wow, that's where I started. Look at me now. 6-pack, full-fledged muscles on my arm. No. But for real though, I really need to fix this somehow. Put some ice on it or something. What were you doing? No brain rot? What were you saying about Fortnite?
I don't even play that game.
Okay. Alright.
Wait, don't you like that Emily girl in your class?
Who the heck is Emily?
That girl in your class.
Who the heck is him? I don't know. What the heck are
Wait,
you
did you say
talking
you want David in your bed?
What the heck are you saying right
That's
now?
what you said.
Nobody believes that.
Wait, and don't you like Nora?
Now you're lying
Let
to
me
your
look it
teeth. Now you're lying to your teeth.
Oh wait, this is who you like. This is who you like. It's Nora.
Oh my gosh, my hand hurts.
Oh, wait, am I messaging her right now saying Noah wants you?
You can't message her. You don't.
Damn.
She doesn't follow you.
All right, I'll comment. I'll put a whole comment. Say I won't.
A comment on one of her posts saying what? Yo, you better delete that comment.
It's too easy. It's too easy.
Better not lose. Since it's too easy. You never lose. Well, your Pokemon just passed out. I saw that. It doesn't matter. That's still win.
Okay, I recognize that sound. Okay.
Easy dub.
Okay.
As usual.
As usual. We keeping it humble, as always.
I'm still filming.